Dios mío, ¿dónde está mi hija?
Excuse me?
My daughter, Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald. I understand she was brought here tonight.
Yes, she was. She's stabilized now.
How's the baby? She's pregnant, you know.
So I understand the baby is holding her own as well.
Oh, thank God for that. And where is she? I need to be with her.
Just one thing first. As well as your daughter's doing right now, she can't tolerate any upset whatsoever. It could bring on serious complications for her and the baby.
I understand. I'll be careful not to upset my daughter.
Good. She's in that room over there.
Thank you. Oh, my God. I cannot tell Teresa that her father has returned and has been posing as Mr. Wheeler. And I certainly can't tell her that he's been living with a woman all these years, his so-called wife. That will certainly kill her and the baby. Oh, God.
Hey, Mama.
I'm here, Mia.
Glad you're here.
Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you call me? I had to find out from others.
No, Mama, I didn't want you to worry. And see, I'm fine. We're fine.
Oh, thank God for that.
I guess I made a mess out of Thanksgiving dinner, didn't I?
No, of course not.
Where'd you go?
Well, that's an interesting story. We were invited by Tabitha Lennox.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So how was that? Was that weird, or who was there? I want to hear everything.
Is this all there is on Mrs. Wheeler? I could find out more information on Precious. It's almost like this woman didn't exist until she came to Harmony. But I know she's the key to getting Luis away from Sheridan. So how do I find out more about her? Maybe that's it. I know why I can't find anything out on Mrs. Wheeler.
I think we should go before we run into Luis and Sheridan.
Okay.
Papa, Tia.
Oh, hi, sweetheart.
I didn't expect to see you again tonight.
You know, we just went for a walk.
Where are your friends? We thought you went out with Kay and Simone.
Yeah, but the baby got tired and Kay took her back to Tabitha's. Simone went with her. I'm on my way to see Teresa at the hospital.
Wait, what do you mean? What's wrong with your sister? Why is she in the hospital?
You didn't hear?
No, you know, nobody tells me much about my children these days.
Well, something happened with her pregnancy. A friend of Kay's that worked in the hospital called saying Teresa was brought into the emergency room a couple of hours ago.
Dear Lord.
Oh, but she's stabilized now. They just want to keep her overnight as a safety precaution.
Well, that's a relief. Huh? Mm-hmm. Sweetheart, I was wondering if you might do something for me.
Anything, Papa.
Try to make peace with your mother.
Oh, no. I have nothing to say to her. She abandoned
All
me,
right,
remember?
that's just fine.
Nobody is going to force you to do what you don't want to do.
You know, it's late. We'll walk you to the hospital.
Oh, no, it's not necessary. Thank you. I'll be fine.
Be careful.
I will. Buenas noches.
Stubborn.
Oh, like her father.
I guess I can't push her into reconciling with Pilar. It'll just have the opposite reaction.
I just hope that one day she'll forgive her mother. It must be killing Pilar that her daughter is so angry with her.
Just like you with Sheridan, huh?
Well, at least Sheridan has Luis to love her.
Yes. But let's face it, how long does any love last?
Alistair.
That's right, dear. Your lawful wedded husband.
What do you want, Crane?
I'm here for your son, no matter who turns out to be the father of Whitney's baby.
What do you care? You know, either way, you're gonna be a grandfather.
I care.
Well, let me save you the trouble of choosing sides. Because there's not gonna be anything you can do with this baby is mine. A product of incest, thanks to you and Dr. Russell.
We'll figure out a way to get through this together.
Just curious, you're gonna be there for me too, Dad? Same way you're there for Chad?
Oh, come on, Fox. He's facing a completely different set of circumstances.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I see that. I can see that. You worship the ground your bastard son walks on. You don't give a damn about me. That's the difference.
Watch it, man.
No, you watch it. You have no reason to be here in the first place.
I do. The baby's mine.
This is a hospital.
Jillian's right. The most important thing is that we find out who the father of Whitney's baby is.
Okay, my poor Chad and Fox both deserve to know that you are carrying Chad's baby. And I'm going to tell them.
Well, I'm not gonna let you. I won't let you tell everyone that I'm carrying my brother's baby.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Of course, I can't find anything out on Mrs. Wheeler. It's not her real name. And why would it be when Mr. Wheeler turned out to be Martin Fitzgerald? So how do I find out who she really is? Right, we know that she was living in Mexico with Luis's father for many years, and we know she had some connection with Sheridan when Sheridan was a little girl. She tried to kill Alistair. My God, that's it. Alistair Crane has to know who she is.
Not so fast, Fitzgerald. Not unless you want to involve the police in this little domestic matter.
Your threats mean nothing, Alistair.
I'm sure Luis's good friend and former boss would be very interested to know who your mysterious consort really is. Yes, I can hear the phone call now. Sheridan, hello. This is Sam Bennett. You know that Mrs. Wheeler? She's really your long-dead mom. Just imagine the impact that little reveal would have on the lovebirds.
You wouldn't, Alistair.
Well, you know, this time you're actually right on the money.
You know what? I don't get it. You'd love to see Luis and Sheridan torn apart. Then why don't you want Catherine to tell her daughter who she is?
Oh, really? I felt married to you ever since our ceremony in Mexico.
It was beautiful, Luis. But you know as well as I do that we are not legally married. In the eyes of the law, we are not man and wife.
I know. And I promised you all the bells and whistles, and that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have a real wedding.
In a church with all our friends and family. Oh, Father Lonigan can marry us. We'll walk out of St. Margaret Mary's hand in hand, ready to start our new lives all over again.
That's right.
Except with all the bad things behind us this time.
Mm-hmm. That's my promise to you. A life of love and security.
I can't wait. I love you so much. A piñata filled with blood.
Well, it wasn't actually blood. It was cranberry sauce.
Oh.
Leave it to Tabitha to have the strangest Thanksgiving dinner, huh? So who else was there?
Well, Luis and Sheridan, of course, and Beth came with little Marty.
Oh. Okay, that must have been a little uncomfortable. Were the Wheelers there?
Yes.
I mean, I know, yeah, Luis and Sheridan, they're close to them, right? So.
Yes, they were there also.
Well, that's nice.
And Paloma, was there as well, of course, and Kay and Simone.
Wow. Mama, I'm sorry I missed it. Really. I mean, this is Paloma's first Thanksgiving dinner with the family since she was a baby, so it must have been wonderful. You know, Mama, for as long as I can remember, you always dreamed of celebrating the holidays with Paloma, Antonio, and Papa.
Well, Antonio will never be with us again.
No. But Mama, at least he came back before he died. Not like Papa, who deserted us and will never come home. I'm sorry, Mama. I shouldn't have said that, Mom. I'm sorry. I know that no matter how angry I am, if he were there, it would have made this the Thanksgiving of your dreams. But Papa was there, Teresa. Didn't Mama tell you?
Listen, you can't tell everyone that Chad's the father of my baby, Mom.
Honey, you can't keep a secret like that forever. And it's not fair to Chad or Fox.
It's fair to my baby. It's the only way to protect him or her. My God, I can't have the whole world knowing that I'm pregnant with my brother's child, Mom.
Honey, the only thing I know is that the only way we can help your baby is by being honest with everyone right now and letting the chips fall where they may. Honey, you have to tell Chad that you're carrying his baby.
Ivy. Something I can do for you, Ivy.
Yes. You can tell me how long it's going to take to determine who the father of Whitney's baby is. How long does it take to do a simple blood test and an exam? You know, as soon as we know how far along in her pregnancy she is, then we'll know who the father of Whitney's baby is. Fox or Chad.
Well, I've already told you, Ivy. And frankly, you know what? This is a complete waste of time. And it's insulting to me, really, because without a doubt, Fox is the father of my child.
Honey, the last thing I want to do is insult you, really, but I might be this baby's grandmother, and I have a right to know what your mother found out.
Well, not by barging in here. If you'll just give me a few minutes, I'll come out and tell everyone what I've found.
I'll be outside with everyone else.
I'm so sorry, baby. But I have got to tell everyone the truth.
Wait a second. No. You can't tell them that Chad's the father of my baby, okay? Look, Mom, you keep telling me how much you love me, right?
Baby, I do. I love you with all my heart.
Okay, well then prove it. If you really love me, then you won't tell anyone my secret.
What did you just say?
I said that...
Paloma, I need to speak with you outside right now.
Wait. Did you just say that Papa's here in Harmony and that he was at Thanksgiving dinner at Tabitha's? Is that what you just said?
You're determined to destroy Sheridan's relationship with my son. I would think that you'd relish the idea of Sheridan finding out that Catherine was her mother.
Sheridan would be torn between me and Luis.
This is true.
Well, so why don't you want Catherine to tell Sheridan who she is?
Must I spell it out for you? Imagine the headlines in the local and national rags. I will not have the family name despoiled by that kind of publicity.
That's not it, is it, Alistair? You don't care as much about protecting the family name as you care about protecting your male pride. I don't think you could stand the idea that your abuse of me would become public knowledge. I don't think you want it known that I left you to save my own life.
Shut up, Catherine.
Hey, don't you dare talk to her that way.
Or you'll do what? fact of the matter is that this has nothing to do with personal pride and everything to do with Crane business. The stock market is highly volatile at the moment.
Yeah, right.
The company can't afford negative publicity. You know the media as well as I do. They're bound to paint you and Catherine as the hapless victims of the big bad Crane machine. Oh, I can see it now. The two of you holding hands and quivering as you spill your guts to Dr. Phil on national television. I don't think so. If you know what's good for you, you'll leave Harmony immediately.
My son insists we stay.
Well, that's your problem. I'm warning you. You better go. If you think suffering Luis and Pilar's hatred is painful, you haven't seen anything yet.
You heard him, Martin. We both know what he's capable of. We have to get out of here now.
We're finally gonna have the wedding of our dreams.
And I'll track down Miguel. That way he can be my best man.
What about Antonio?
Well, I told you. We'll have him declared dead, so you're free to marry me.
Doesn't that take years when there's no body?
Well, I'm sure that there's some way to expedite it. Sam will know what to do.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. In no time, you and I are going to be walking down the aisle as legal man and wife.
I don't know what you two are looking forward to, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. I will do whatever I must to keep you apart. Even suffer the public humiliation of revealing Catherine's identity. Stock prices be damned.
You are my passion for life.
Is that what you said? Papa was at Thanksgiving dinner with all of you?
Teresa, of course your father was not at Thanksgiving dinner. What your sister's talking about is a prayer that we said over the meal during Grace.
Grace, Mama. Tabitha doesn't strike me as the Grace type.
Well, we spoke of how much your father lives in our hearts that it almost felt as if he was with us.
Well, I'm sure Luis didn't go for that one. I mean, he feels exactly like I do. He'll never forgive Papa for deserting us.
Teresa, I need to speak with your sister just one moment, okay? It doesn't really concern you.
Oh, Mama, you're hurting me.
I'm sorry, but I had to stop you from telling your sister about your father.
But she deserves to know that Mr. Wheeler is really our father.
Even if it kills her and the baby? Is that what you want?
So, you say Ms. Wallace called my office several times.
I lost count of how many. She was all worked up. She said she needed to speak to you directly.
I wonder what Beth Wallace could want from me.
I want to know everything you know about Mrs. Wheeler.
Oh, it just kills me that I can't tell Sheridan that I'm her mother.
No, I wish you could, sweetheart.
Rationally, I know why I can't. Luis and Sheridan, it would tear them apart at a time when they need each other more than ever.
Yeah, thanks to me. Damn. You know, I wish that I'd never admitted to Luis that I was his father. I mean, look what it's done to everyone.
Darling, don't blame yourself. You've done what you had to do from the day we left Harmony up until telling Luis the truth. This is about Alistair, his threats.
Yeah, Alistair. You know what? I almost forgot my primary reason to coming to Harmony in the first place.
Martin, no, you're not thinking. No. You can't even think about killing Alistair.
Yeah. Luis, Sheridan, I got your message. Then you can help us?
We need to know what procedures to follow in order to have Antonio declared legally dead.
So we can get married properly. So how do we go about getting a death certificate?
Luis, I think you should sit down. We have a problem.
What you got there?
None of your business.
Right. This is all about kids that are born to parents that are related, huh?
Yeah, I did some research in the hospital library while we were waiting.
It's heavy.
Turns out there are all kinds of things that could be wrong with the baby. You know, they're more susceptible to birth defects. And that poor baby. You know, what are we gonna do if it is mine?
What did Eve say?
Oh, she kicked me out, told me to wait out here with the rest of you. Something is wrong in there, Julian, I can tell.
Well, whatever's going on, I'm sure Eve can handle it.
No. There's something going on between the two of them. You can cut the tension with a knife.
That's not surprising, considering their relationship lately, and now to find out that Whitney's pregnant.
No. It's more than that, Julian. You'll see.
Look, if you won't keep my secret from me, then do it for your grandchild. He or she didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, baby. You didn't do anything wrong either. You and Chad, you didn't know you were brother and sister? Nobody knew.
Yeah, but now that it's happened, my child is gonna have to suffer for it. If I'm lucky, my child won't be born with serious birth defects. But that'll be nothing compared to how badly people will treat him if they know who his real father is. You know how kids can be. They're gonna tease him. Even worse, treat him like some sick circus freak or something. Is that what you want for your grandchild, Mom?
No, of course I don't.
Okay, then please, don't do this. Don't tell everyone that Chad is the father of my baby. Please, Mom. Don't do this to my innocent little baby. Please.
Oh, look, Chad, I don't think you have anything to worry about. Okay, Whitney swears the baby's mine, so you don't have to worry about fathering a baby that's subject to these kinds of complications.
I'm thinking about myself? All I care about is Whitney and the baby. But you know, it's typical of you, isn't it? You figure since you only think about yourself, it's the same for everyone else.
This is really not what I meant.
Please, man, it's been your MO your whole life.
Not since I met Whitney, it hasn't been.
Well, you know what they say about leopards and spots.
I swear Eve has been through so much lately, and if it turns out that Chad is the father of Whitney's baby, I know she's gonna blame herself.
And the reason she shouldn't is...
It's as much my fault as anyone's. If I hadn't let Father walk all over me, I'd have stuck by Eve. We would have raised Chad together.
And you and I wouldn't have had to endure our pathetically loveless marriage. You know, sometimes I think your father is behind all of the pain and heartache that's ever happened in Harmony.
I won't argue with that.
Oh, what is taking so long?
Baby, I so feel for you, but what you're suggesting, it's just not right.
It's not right for who, Mom? God. I can't believe you're not gonna do this for me. For my baby. But you know what? Why not? I mean, it just tracks along with every other selfish thing you've done. God, I wish you were more like Ivy.
Ivy?
Yeah, Ivy. She's got her faults, I know, but right now the only thing she cares about is her son's happiness. Making sure that he's not saddled with the responsibility of a baby that isn't his.
I don't think that's right either, Whitney, but it doesn't mean I don't care about you.
Well, if you did care, then you would do what I'm asking you, to be on my side without question, but no. Not you. You're ready to sell me down the river as fast as you can. I don't know why I expected anything more from you, you self-righteous, lying bitch.
Now, relax, sweetheart. That wasn't what I was thinking. I mean, we've already tried to kill Alistair several times, and it's always backfired.
Then what are you planning?
What I should have done a long time ago. Leave Harmony, as soon as possible.
What about Luis? Luis said he would
Now,
never let
he doesn't
us...
understand the threat that Alistair is to him and Sheridan. I mean, the only way I know how to protect them is by leaving. I mean, damn that Alistair for tearing our lives apart. Damn him to hell.
It's good to see you too, Beth.
I don't have time for pleasantries, Mr. Crane. What's the deal with Martin Fitzgerald's so-called wife, Mrs. Wheeler? It's not even her real name, is it?
As I told you on the phone, Mr. Crane is very busy. I would be happy to make an appointment for you.
That's okay, Tina. I'll be happy to speak with Ms. Wallace. You're excused.
You know the truth about her, don't you, Mr. Crane?
Please, Beth. I've asked you before. Call me Alistair. We went through so much together when you thought I was Charlie.
All right, Alistair. Who is Mrs. Wheeler? And what is her real connection to Sheridan?
Well, I'm sure whatever the hurdle is, we can get over it.
Okay, here's the deal. When you two went to Mexico, a massive search was conducted to try to find the bodies of the Crane pilot and Antonio. And the Coast Guard worked overtime at my request.
So what, they didn't find anything?
Nothing. We found some wreckage, and of course, the scarf that you found, but that's not enough.
Oh, my God.
Look, I'm sorry, but I think Antonio's body burned up in the jet explosion. I didn't mean to be so graphic.
No, it's all right. I understand.
So what do you mean, Sam? Yeah, they didn't find a body, but we all know that Antonio's dead.
Luis Sheridan, look, I'm sorry about this, but the law is pretty clear on this. Without the body, or some of the body, or some physical proof of identity, the state can't issue a death certificate.
So we're never gonna be able to get married.
I've got to find a lawyer.
A lawyer? Why? When we're going to leave Harmony?
I just want to make sure that Pilar is financially taken care of before we leave.
Martin, if we leave, it's no guarantee that Alistair is going to leave Luis and Sheridan alone.
Well, it's true, but one thing we know for sure. He'll make their life unbearable if we stay. I mean, this is our only hope of letting them live the rest of their lives together in peace. Well, here's one. Give it a try. Hi, I'd like to make an appointment as soon as possible.
So you think Mrs. Wheeler is an assumed name?
I'm sure of it. I looked her up online. I couldn't find anything except the latest news story about her shooting you and being arrested. You must know who she is.
Who do you think she is, Beth?
I have no idea, Alistair. That's why I came here. But I know she is the key to breaking up Luis and Sheridan. So if there's anything that you can tell me that would help,
I'm intrigued by your theory. Why on earth would you believe that Mrs. Wheeler has any deeper connection to Luis or Sheridan?
Because I happen to know that they fought about her bitterly. Apparently, Sheridan has this deep bond with a so-called stranger. Needless to say, Luis despises his father's mistress. So, now, Sheridan's changed her tune and decided to be all loyal to Luis. I don't know, I just find it all very fragile and tenuous. But I know if I could find out why Mrs. Wheeler affects Sheridan so deeply, I could break the two of them up for good.
Interesting.
All right, don't beat around the bush. Alistair, you obviously have a connection to her. Please, just tell me what you know about Mrs. Wheeler.
I knew it. I knew something else was gonna come between us and getting married.
All right,
it's never gonna happen, Luis.
Sure, all right, calm down, all right? We'll figure something out. I don't know. Maybe it'll take a little bit longer, but it'll happen, okay?
How? If we can't have Antonio declared legally dead, how?
Sam. Come on, how long can this take? Everyone knows that he died.
Look, I'm sorry, Luis. Without more proof of your brother's death, you're looking at 7 years.
Oh, Luis.
You haven't told Teresa that our father is alive and back in harmony? She has a right to know.
Escúchame, Paloma. Your sister almost died tonight, along with that baby she's carrying, and her condition is still unstable.
But it's not fair to keep such a secret from her. If I were Teresa, I would want to know the truth.
Look, Paloma, I know that you have issues with me, but I please ask you not to take out your resentment towards me on your sister. She had nothing to do with you being sent to Mexico as a baby. Paloma, if Teresa finds out that Mr. Wheeler is actually her father, and that Mrs. Wheeler is the woman he's been living with all these years, my God, it could kill her.
Oh, my God. Papa is Mr. Wheeler?
Now, Whitney, I'm not just your mother. I'm a doctor with responsibilities.
Leave it to you to say that your job is more important than your responsibilities to your daughter, to your son, to your grandchild, for heaven's sakes.
Baby, this is about you and the child and Chad. Honey, if there's one thing that I have learned from recent events, is that secrets are dangerous. They have this way of backfiring badly on everyone involved. You can't keep the paternity of your child a secret.
No, I can. I can if it's the only way to protect my child.
Baby, don't you see that the reason that you're in this terrible situation is because I was thinking then the way you are thinking now? You are carrying your half-brother's baby because I was too cowardly, because I wasn't brave enough to tell the truth about Julian long ago.
Well, I'm not you, Mom. And besides, my situation is completely different.
A lie is a lie. I owe it to you and to Chad to make sure that everyone knows the truth.
Fine. Go ahead. Everybody's probably gonna find out anyway. God, my life is ruined. And so is my baby's.
Thank you.
Is it set?
Yeah, we have an appointment tomorrow. At least this time when I go, I'm leaving things in order with Pilar.
Are you all right about all this?
I just want all this sadness behind us. I've hurt my family so much that leaving is the only way that I can think of to try and make it up to them.
And God willing, Alistair will leave them alone once we're gone.
God willing.
You know that I'm onto something, don't you, Alistair? Mrs. Wheeler, or whoever she is the key to breaking up Luis and Sheridan.
I always knew you were a clever girl, Beth. Your mother underestimates you.
All right, forget about my mother, please. Just tell me what you know. If I'm on the right track, why didn't you already use Mrs. Wheeler to break up Luis and Sheridan?
Patience, my dear, patience.
So, you do know what I'm talking about.
But of course, rest assured, Sheridan and Luis will never last. Not as long as Alistair Crane is pulling the strings.
Well, I don't get it, Sam. 7 years, that's a long time.
Look, Luis, I'm sorry. I called everyone I knew, okay? It's the law. Yeah, excuse me, I gotta take this.
Are you...
Why, Luis? I mean, when we've already been through so much, it's just, it isn't fair.
You're damn straight it's not. Wait, I've got an idea.
What?
Now, I know how we can have Antonio declared dead without waiting all the time.
How? Sam already looked into it without any more proof.
No, there's only one way that we can cut through all the red tape. There's only one family who does it all the time. Yours, Sheridan. Your family. We use your name. We use the Crane influence to manipulate the law.
Luis, I'm not good at that. You know, maybe my father or my brother, but...
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute, you're gonna actually ask my father to help clear the way for us. You're gonna ask Alistair Crane to help us?
Teresa, you shouldn't be out of bed, mija.
Teresa, no, is it true? Is Papa Mr. Wheeler?
I didn't want you to find out this way.
Mama. My God, Mama. After all these years. Ow!
Oh my God. Oh my God, the baby! Oh my God!
Oh my God! Help me, Mama. Ow! I don't know why I can't believe that my own mother would betray me.
That's not what I'm doing.
I asked you to support me, to let me do what I think is best. And what do? You don't help me.
Oh, sweetheart, I am so trying to help you.
It's obvious you don't give a damn about me. And that's okay, because I don't give a damn about you either.
I'm sorry to hear you say that. But I still have to go out there and tell everyone the truth.
I hate you, Mom. I really hate you.
Finally, what took you so long?
Where's Whitney?
How's the baby?
There you are. You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. And the baby's fine, too.
Good.
All right, then, now that we've established that everyone is fine, can we please get on with the business at hand and find out who the father of Whitney's baby is? Fox or Chad? Okay, Eve, we don't have all night. Out with it.